Most people believe success comes from working harder. They believe effort is the missing variable. If they add more hours, more discipline, more sacrifice, eventually the outcome will change. This belief feels rational. It is reinforced everywhere. In school, in movies, in motivational speeches. Hard work is framed as a moral virtue. Those who struggle are told to try harder. Those who succeed are praised for discipline. But there is a pattern few people notice. Many individuals work extremely hard for decades and never experience real mobility. They move forward slowly. They plateau early. They remain dependent on predictable income. This is not because they lack intelligence. It is not because they are lazy. It is because the system does not reward effort equally. It rewards predictability. Predictability is the most valuable trait inside large-scale systems. Predictable behavior can be modeled. Modeled behavior can be forecasted. Forecasts allow control. Control reduces risk. Risk reduction is the core objective of modern institutions. Employers do not want maximum output. They want stable output. Banks do not want bold borrowers. They want consistent repayment behavior. Governments do not want volatile populations. They want predictable taxpayers. Predictability allows planning. Planning allows leverage. Leverage concentrates power. This is the structural logic that governs modern economic systems. From early childhood, predictability is trained deliberately. Children are rewarded for following schedules, punished for deviation, praised for compliance. Creativity is tolerated only when it does not disrupt structure. Mistakes are penalized more harshly than curiosity is rewarded. Over time, this produces a specific outcome. People learn to associate safety with predictability. They learn to associate risk with danger rather than opportunity. They internalize limits before they ever question them. By adulthood, predictability feels natural. Uncertainty feels irresponsible. This psychological conditioning is essential to system stability. Predictable workers show up consistently. They accept standardized wages. They adapt their lives to institutional schedules. They organize their ambitions around fixed income streams. Predictable income becomes the ultimate goal. Not growth, not ownership, not leverage, just stability. A paycheck that arrives on time feels like progress, even if it never meaningfully increases. Predictable income produces predictable spending. Rent is due every month. Utilities follow a schedule. Insurance premiums recur. Subscriptions auto-renew. Debt payments never stop. Life becomes a cycle of obligations. This predictability fuels institutional confidence. Cash flow becomes reliable. Forecasts become accurate. Margins become protected. Debt amplifies this effect dramatically. Debt converts future labor into fixed commitments. Once someone carries debt, their tolerance for uncertainty collapses. They avoid income volatility. They avoid experimentation. They avoid long-term asymmetric bets. They choose safety repeatedly, not because safety leads to freedom, but because instability is punished immediately. Missed payments damage credit. Irregular income increases stress. Systems withdraw support quietly. The system does not attack unpredictability. It starves it. This pressure is subtle but extremely effective. Over time, most people adapt. They do not rebel. They recalibrate ambition downward. They redefine success as comfort. They redefine freedom as convenience. Predictability tightens further. This is why effort alone rarely changes outcomes. Effort without leverage keeps behavior predictable. Predictable effort yields predictable results. Predictable results maintain hierarchy. Hierarchy is not enforced through force. It is maintained through incentives. Those who remain predictable are rewarded with stability. Those who deviate experience friction. This friction teaches compliance. Compliance restores comfort. The loop completes itself. Understanding this removes confusion. It explains why motivation fades, why burnout feels common, why hard work stops feeling meaningful. The issue is not effort. It is position within the system. Those who change outcomes do not simply work harder. They change how their effort interacts with structure. They move toward leverage. Leverage breaks predictability, and unpredictability threatens systems built on forecasting. That is why it feels uncomfortable. That discomfort is not failure. It is resistance. and resistance reveals design. Unpredictability is not illegal, it is simply unsupported. That distinction matters. The system does not explicitly forbid deviation, it just removes the tools that make deviation survivable. Unpredictable income complicates everything. Banks struggle to assess risk. Employers struggle to plan labor. Governments struggle to forecast revenue. When forecasts break, control weakens. And control is the foundation of large-scale coordination. This is why the system quietly penalizes volatility. Not through punishment, but through exclusion. Access to credit becomes harder. Insurance becomes more expensive. Benefits disappear. Support structures vanish. This pressure teaches a lesson. Stability is rewarded. Variance is discouraged. Over time, people internalize this logic. They begin self-regulating. They avoid paths that feel uncertain. They choose careers over opportunities. They trade upside for predictability. This choice feels rational because the costs of unpredictability are immediate, while the benefits are delayed and uncertain. The system exploits this time asymmetry. Short-term pain is magnified. Long-term gain is discounted. Most people optimize for survival, not for leverage. Survival requires predictability. Leverage requires uncertainty. This is the fundamental tension inside modern economic life. Leverage breaks forecasting. Ownership introduces asymmetry. Scalable systems disrupt equilibrium. These elements reduce predictability. That is why they are rare. Not because they are inaccessible, but because they are uncomfortable inside a system designed to reward regularity. Those who pursue leverage often appear irresponsible at first. Their income fluctuates. Their schedules are irregular. Their outcomes are uncertain. From the outside, this looks like failure, but from a structural perspective, this is transition. The system offers no guidance here, because guidance would undermine predictability. This creates an illusion. It appears that freedom is risky. It appears that deviation is foolish. It appears that stability is wisdom. But this is a narrative convenience. Stability benefits institutions far more than individuals. Predictable people are easier to extract value from. Their labor can be priced accurately. Their consumption can be forecasted. Their behavior can be nudged. Contained lives are efficient. Efficient lives are profitable. This efficiency is not malicious. It is mechanical. Large systems optimize for throughput. They reduce variance. They smooth behavior. They eliminate friction. Human unpredictability is friction. Friction slows systems down. So systems quietly reshape incentives until behavior aligns. This is why freedom often feels lonely. There are fewer signals, fewer benchmarks, less validation. The system is silent because silence encourages return. Most people interpret silence as failure. They retreat back to predictability. Not because they were wrong, but because the cost of persistence was underestimated. This cycle explains why mobility is rare, not impossible, just structurally resisted. The system does not collapse when individuals succeed. It destabilizes when too many become unpredictable. That is the threshold institutions guard against. This is why success stories are celebrated but never replicated systemically. They are framed as exceptions, not as signals. Exceptions preserve the narrative without threatening the structure. Hard work fits perfectly into this model. Hard work increases output without increasing volatility. It keeps behavior predictable. It maintains the forecast. That is why it is praised relentlessly. Effort is safe. Leverage is not. Understanding this distinction changes how you interpret advice. Most advice optimizes for stability. Very little advice optimizes for freedom. Freedom introduces variance. Variance threatens forecasts, so it is excluded quietly from mainstream narratives. This does not mean predictability is evil. It means it has a cost. The cost is optionality. The cost is asymmetric upside. The cost is freedom of trajectory. Predictability gives comfort. But comfort is not progress. It is maintenance. Maintenance preserves systems. Progress disrupts them. That is why progress is rare. Not because people lack ambition, but because ambition is redirected into predictable channels. Careers, titles, linear growth. These paths feel like advancement, but rarely alter position meaningfully. They move people horizontally, not vertically. The system encourages motion without escape. This keeps people busy. Busyness feels productive. Productivity feels virtuous. And the loop continues. Seeing this does not require rebellion. It requires clarity. Clarity dissolves self-blame. It explains why discipline alone never feels enough, why motivation fades, why progress stalls. The system is not broken. It is optimized. Optimized for predictability. Once this becomes visible, the rules change psychologically. You stop asking why effort is not rewarded. You start asking what behavior the system depends on. That question exposes leverage, and leverage is the only force that alters outcomes. Not immediately, not comfortably, but structurally. Freedom is not given. It emerges when predictability is reduced without collapsing survival. That balance is difficult. That difficulty is intentional. Because if it were easy, predictability would fail. And predictability is what keeps everything running.